Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll give people just a couple of minutes to come on. Tonight we are going to create a layout. If you watched me at the beginning of January, it was either the beginning of January or the end of December. I can't remember. I think it was the end of December. I decided that this year I wanted to do at least one scrapbook layout per month. And so I reserved that for close to the end of the month, probably the last Friday of every month I'll do it. And I will use products from all of our subscriptions that have released, everything that released in January. And so I've got a layout ready to go. And I hope that you will get some inspiration for your own layouts. Okay, should we get started? Some of the things we are going to use, first of all, I should probably tell you that all of the layout pages that I'm doing this year, at least as far as this particular scrapbook layout series, I guess, goes, I will be using the 8x8 album by Doodlebug, and I will be using their page protectors, and mostly I'll probably be using the one that's configured this way, and the one is configured, that one's got the 4 equal 4-inch square compartments, and then this one is just the full 8-inch square. But they do have several different ways that you can do your layouts. So definitely, you know, who knows, we might throw something fun into the mix. But for now, we're going to stick with those two. All right, so we are going to use the Jar of Goodies stencil. I had to remember, I keep trying to call it goodie jars or whatever, but jars of goodies. And then, what was that? It all works. It's probably just me that does that. And we're also going to use, right now, if you go to Brutus, Monroe, and I believe it's a $50 order. Darren, you might want to check that for me. You receive the Love Heart stencil for free. And that will last just until the end of the month. So you've just got a little tiny bit of time left, but that's time enough. So definitely want to take advantage of that. And I cannot wait to show you how I use this stencil tonight. And let's see what else. We'll just get started. So the first thing that I did one already. Let's just do one right now. I'm going to take some vellum, and it's going to be tricky for you to see because we've got vellum on white cardstock, but I think we'll just make it work. And I am going to take some embossing ink.
Yeah, there was no issues.
Oh, Candy, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Just because I am a little bit blind, I think I might use the white pigment for this. And then instead of the embossing ink, it works with the white pigment as well. And we're going to use that with our Alabaster embossing powder. So first we'll take our heat resistant vellum, which I love that we have the heat resistant vellum. It makes it so nice to be able to emboss on vellum. And then we are going to use our jar stencil. We'll use the short one for this. And I think I'm just going to, excuse me, my allergies are driving me crazy tonight. I apologize. Let me just grab what I had handy. I'm just going to use this and just tape it right through the little candy piece because I don't need that. All right, so now we've got everything placed. I'm just going to use my pigment ink through my stencil.
Serena says hi.
Hi, Serena, how are you? Welcome. Are you guys having a good week? Anybody do anything extra special or extra fun? Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Okay. So let's see what we've got. Oh, yep, you can see it really well. You'll be able to see it better now that I've got it over the tray. So now I'm just going to use some of my Alabaster. Like enough for 10. And we're going to cut it out so that down along the bottom isn't going to be a big deal. So let's heat that up really quick. Okay, so now we've got a little definition on our jar, but we still have a transparent kind of like a frosted glass.
Candy said, glad it's Friday, but the weather made her plans get canceled for a crop day tomorrow.
Oh, Candy, that's a bummer. I know, we really got a lot of snow this week. It was fun. I haven't been anywhere where they had that much snow in years. Like probably 7 years or so. Maybe 8. So it was fun to see the white stuff, especially because I didn't have to go anywhere.
Been 7.
Okay, so now I've got this one and then I've got this one. And we'll just go ahead and cut those out really quick. And I think, especially because I was a little sloppy when I did this one, maybe we will go ahead and try out the lid. But for now, let's just cut these out really quick. So one thing I love about the jar, what is it called? Jar of Goodies? Darren, am I saying it right? The Jar of Goodies stencil is that you've got 2 different sizes of jars. And we are going to take advantage of that tonight. It's going to make our layout work out just great. I haven't decided if I want to put both jars on the same page or if we're going to break them up yet. We will check it out once we have them all cut out and we start messing with stuff.
She's swatching her all those while she's watching you, so that's fine.
Oh, Candy, that is fun. What do you think of them? Well, we're going to get all those smidge stuff off of that later. Hello, Donna R. How are you doing? Okay, let's get to cutting these out. Let me find my good scissors.
Said they missed the bullet. It's still a couple inches, but melted the same day.
Ours melts pretty fast, but it took more than a day. But yeah, that is nice when it doesn't stick around too long. Hey, Darren, is Benji in there?
No.
Okay.
Ben,
did I leave my...
Danielle said they're going to see 6 at the movies tomorrow.
Oh, I don't think I know what that is.
Yeah, that's what 6 is.
It's what? What, Darren? Oh, I haven't seen the advertisements for that. Okay, 6, huh? Did I leave my scissors on my table in there?
Yes. Ben, here.
I just have a pair of scissors that I just tend to use, so I feel weird when I'm not using those ones. So I also like that with the vellum, you can just kind of, you don't have to be super precise. You're just leaving a little outline. Thanks,
Jane
honey.
says hi. She's late, but she watched me play.
Who said that?
Jane.
Hi, Jane. How are you? I'm glad you're here.
Penny says it's 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Oh, okay. You'll have to let us know how it is.
Christopher said it was incredible on Broadway. She'll love it.
That is awesome. Hi, Christopher. How are you? Okay, there's our first jar, ready to go. And you can see the fussy cutting on this is not too intense. Yay. Really, you could kind of slide your scissors along, but I feel like that would be tempting fate on a live, so I'm not going to. I would maybe slide it right there, but it's not sliding so much anyway. Okay, so now, I always love that when you're wrapping a present and you can just slide right up the wrapping paper roll.
Yeah, I always do that, then it catches the last second and rips.
Oh yeah. Darren says he does that, but it always catches at the last second. He thinks he's doing well, and then it catches and ruins it. Okay, so we've got our jars. Let's work on some things to fill our jars. And I'm not sure yet if we're doing a lid. We'll see how far up our treats go, and then if I feel like we need it, we will do that. So I think we will do, let's kind of lay out the bases. Let's kind of get some of this stuff organized. So because last time we did our 8-inch layout on this side, I'm moving this over a little bit so I know where you can see. That should help a little bit. Then that means that our four are divided by our, excuse me, I can't spit it out. Our page protector that is divided by 4 will be on our left this time. So, because I just use the same one. I just do the front and the back. I'm sure most people do. Otherwise, you would have a very full album with a lot of backs. Okay. So now, this pattern paper is all from the Sprinkled with Love paper pad. How many of you have totally enjoyed all of the subscriptions this month, all of the releases, and gained about 50 pounds? Oh my goodness, everything is so delicious. There are so many fun things. All right, so I'll tell you a little story. I used these pictures. I don't know how well you can see them, but I was trying to think of something that would work with the theme, but I wanted it to still be something personal to me. So I'll tell you a little something about me. If you come to my house and you like sweets at all, I'm likely to offer you some type of a treat. That is part of my love language. I love to make cookies for people. I love to make little treat bags. I love to just, you know, if I give a lesson at church, I'll make some sort of a handout that has a little treat. That's just who I am. So I have these little jars that I have up all year long. And every time a holiday comes around, I have to fill it with something kind of seasonal. So you know how much I've been telling you I love cinnamon bears and can never find them? Well, hallelujah, I found cinnamon hearts. So I'm enjoying cinnamon hearts so much that I found 2 different brands. They were different colors, so I filled 2 jars. And I just, like I said, I was like, okay, I found them. I'm gonna go for it. And then these right here are they're those cherry cordial kisses, and I bought them at Christmas, and I bought like when they went on sale because that is like my favorite, and you can't get them the rest of the year. Hello, Tina. So what I thought would be fun to do for this layout is I thought it would be fun to show you my jars that I have for Valentine's Day. And then I have this cute little, I stamped this image. This is from, I think it's sold out, and I'm sorry, I've been holding on to it all month just for today, and I think it's gone. So if you can find it, it is, let me find my little packaging for it. I had it 2 seconds ago. It's from Wood, there it is, from Woodware.
Those jars would be empty like a day.
You know what the best part is? Tina said that? Gina. Candy said that. Candy, I'm the only one in my family that likes cinnamon bears. Benji will eat one now and then, but for the most part, I'm the only one that likes them. So this little set I think is so cute. It has all these cute little things that work with it. But I thought this is perfect for our journal because it is just exactly the right size. So, and it's got that cute little heart. It just was meant to be. So I got that ready to go. And then we're going to use, I have to confess, I ran out of time. My son came by and helped me deliver. We had something to deliver somewhere. And so to thank him, I took him to lunch, and it just took a little longer than I thought. I had everything ready, you know, running, but I guess I just needed a little extra time to cut out my header. So my header, I'll tell you what it says, love is sweet, take a treat. And most of the time when you see it, it's something that people will use at like a baby shower or a wedding, and they'll just have a little jar. But I'm like, that just works too much at my house because, like I said, it's my love language, and I will offer, everybody who comes to my house will be offered some candy or whatever. So we will have that on this page. So I will need to plan for that because when I put this up, it will be on it. So I'm thinking we could do the small jar there and the big jar here. Or we could double up and do them both on the same page, but I really don't have any major plans for there. But I have all of this fun ephemera. This is from Prima, and I couldn't find this on the site, so I don't know if it's sold out or if it just was under a name that I couldn't find. But this is everything that came in this package. If anyone else can see it, I just don't see a name. I saw love notes, but I didn't see like anything beyond that. So if anyone else knows, you're welcome to find that and post that. But we're going to use some of the items from that. I'm not sure which ones yet, but the fun thing I want to show you first is what we're going to do inside these jars. So I was playing around in my room. I told you it's kind of it's my craft lab, and found something really fun today. So I am going to show you. Actually,
loves Prima products.
I do too, Donna. Prima has so many pretty things. So I bought the flowers from the Magnolia Rouge, I think it's called, and I don't even know what I'm using them for yet. I have an idea of what I want to use them for, but I got the first package and they were so pretty. I was like, I just have to have another one because I know me and I know I'll hoard them and feel like I can't use them. So if I have 2 packages worth, then I'll feel more free to do what I want. So silly as that is, that's what I did. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you 2 different things that we're going to do for our candy. I'm going to take some Not Your Mama's paper. So this is Not Your Mama's. I don't know if you can see the edge. This is Perfect Blend. Now, I love both papers. I use them both all the time. But I love Not Your Mama's when I'm doing something with mixed media because it is so sturdy. You can put a lot of product on it without it warping. And we're going to use ours with some Chroma Glaze. Let me just grab my backup cutter. Oh, there it is. It's because it was in a tidy spot. Right now, everything's a little crazy. Okay, I'm just going to do this. And I think you are going to love this technique. This is like a game changer for me. So maybe you guys have already tried it. I had never tried it. So I'm anxious to hear what you guys think. So I'm going to take my Love Notes stencil. No, Love Hearts. Love Hearts stencil. And I'm going to put just a little bit of spray on this. Just because when I use Chroma Glaze, I like a little tighter seal. Okay. Let's get that on there. we're just using the hearts, so I didn't worry about all of those. And now, give me 1 second to peel off a piece of paper because this will make a mess. And that's the backer on my pad of paper. So, there we go. All right, so now I'm using red Chroma Glaze, sorry. And we are going to just spread that across our stencil. So I'm going to put my little thing that keeps it airtight. I'm going to use my spatula. And the way I did it was I kind of put a little bit down at the bottom, just kind of across, and a little bit on the next row, and a little bit up at the top. Need a little bit more on this side, I think. And I may need to do more than this, but for now, let's try this. So I'm just going to take my little spatula and spread that right across. You kind of want to push down as you're going so that you're leaving the product behind and not picking it up again on your spatula. So it looks like I need a little bit more over here, maybe right in there. All right, hang on. We'll just put it directly on there and just swipe it off. Okay. I'm just going to scrape all of that back into my jar. Okay. Now, typically I wouldn't do this because I'd be like, oh, okay, well, it has to dry, blah, blah, blah. It takes about an hour. But what we're going to do tonight, we can do right now, which is really fun. Let's peel off our stencil. All right. And don't worry if it bleeds a little bit. For what we're doing tonight, it's not going to matter. But yeah, that can happen if you don't have a really good seal on it. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of my favorite embossing powders. This is Fairy Dust. And I'm just going to dump that right in the middle for a second so I can lay it in the tray. And you don't need embossing ink for this technique just because it sticks to your Chroma Glaze. And I haven't tried other colors yet, but it'd be fun to see what kind of combinations you could get using different embossing powders. But I really wanted these hearts to look like cinnamon hearts. So I wanted that sugar to get on there. I think we got enough sugar on there now. Sugar, glitter, whatever. You know where my brain is. Okay, so now I went ahead and I just went through and heated it up. And it'll bubble a little bit, and that's okay. It doesn't affect the way it looks as long as you're not like staying there for a million years. But I will show you. I'll do a couple, but then I've got a bunch of them already made, so we'll just move on. Isn't that fun? Look how pretty those are. Okay, so I'll just show you these. So now these are, we'll give it a second to cool off, but they're dry. And you've got these beautiful little sparkly hearts. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the kind of fun texture from the Chroma Glaze, and that a little, it's like it's opaque, but it also has a little bit more, I don't know, there's something about it that makes me think of jellies. It just works really good for gummy bears and stuff like that. But then you also have the convenience of the embossing powder, and you get the sparkle like the glitter glaze. So you get kind of a fun effect from all of that. So let me just get this out of our way. And now we have a clean slate. Okay, so I've got a bunch of these hearts. And what I did next, I'll just do on one heart, just because we don't need to take that much time. If you can get, the smoother you can get it, the better, because it does, if you don't get a really smooth line, it does kind of show, but that isn't really that big of a deal. If it doesn't bother you, it wouldn't bother me too much. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, I'm looking for the ones that I just barely did. Oh, I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to take the time to fussy cut, but I wanted to get the edges so they weren't white. So I just went through and I took Love Struck ink from Simon Hurley, and I just used my blending brush and went around the edges. But I don't want to worry about that right now because you guys know how to do that. Okay? All right. So let's scooch those off for a minute, and I will show you the other candies we're going to do. And surprise, surprise, we're going to do kisses. So I just did a couple on this paper, and what I did, I can show you one. I can make one right now. So we are just going to see if it's dry. I hope it's dry. I didn't think about that. Oh, good, it is dry. Okay, so we're going to just do one kiss on this one. And what I used for this was I used Deco foil transfer gel. All right, so I'm just gonna take, and that's even way too much, and smooth that out. And again, you do want it as smooth as you can. I found out, and I'll show you what happens when you don't, because it doesn't necessarily foil everything if you don't have kind of a smooth surface. So now I can cut that, or I'm going to have to cut it apart because I do want to show you what we are going to do next, which is, of course, foil. Okay, so I've got two that are dry. That one I'll save for a rainy day because that one's not dry. And I just went through my scraps, and I don't cut them this short, this small. I knew I was cutting these apart. But sometimes you just have the end of a piece of foil, and this is one awesome way to use it. And so I wanted to make my little cherry cordial kisses. So I used foil, and you could do that on any of the little candies that are on our stencil. You've got your kisses, you've got, where's the stencil? I already moved it again. You've got the kisses, you've got the little foil candies that remind me of the little toffees. Oh, there it is. You've got little bonbons. You've got these that kind of look like those little, like, well, they could be anything. Anyway, any of these would look really great foiled. All right, so we've got our laminator ready to go. And I'm just going to slide this through. Okay, are you ready? here comes the moment of truth. Yay! And this is red static, if I didn't tell you that already. It's red static foil. And when you do foil, you want to peel it kind of slow. And I had gel kind of all over, but that's okay because I can see where the thickest part of it was on, and I can still cut it out. I didn't leave a border. So I'm not going to do that right now because I have a whole bunch already in here. And so then the other ones, all I did with these is the same thing I did with the jars. I just used my embossing powder with it, only I used the clear embossing.
Foil you're using?
This foil is the red static. And this, I just used sterling embossing powder and made the silver kisses. So now let me show you what I was talking about. So on some of my little kisses, I didn't get the gel on there evenly. So you can see there's some spots, but you know what? We're just going to cover those with some of our silver and call it good. May as well use them. Fill up our jar a little bit easier, huh? That's that many more we don't have to fussy cut. Okay, so now we've got all of our elements. We can start playing. Okay. The only thing that we don't have is my sentiment, which I'm really bummed out. Okay. I think we want to do something different than we did last time, because last time I kind of... I'll show you what we did last time. Here's last time's layout. So we'll cover these 2 pages. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we just centered it last time, so we're okay. Okay, so let's put this down first. I'm just going to use my Burley Art Glue. Just mostly trying to get around the edges to make sure it's going to lay down. I think we had it kind of going like that. Well, we will now, so we'll work with whatever I do next, because this is how this one's going to go. And I don't want to move this around because I like having this border match this border, if that makes sense. I just think it's easier on the eyes.
F said you love those colors together.
I like them too, Donna. They're just all those delicious, yummy colors. All right, so I am going to put these together too, just so I can kind of plan them so they balance as we go along. Okay, so do we want these on these? Or do we want them on... We could even do that if we wanted. I think I like them on the pink. We'll do that. And then we'll do this guy here. All right, let's... Still playing. This set has so many cute little things that I just want to be careful I don't overshadow everything else. Let's do this, because this is going to help us know. I just dropped them all over the table. This is going to help us know kind of where we're at. This should be the star of the show. one thing we could do if we wanted. So one thing that's kind of fun, when I have extra pieces like that, sometimes I'll just make a little embellishment for another day, or sometimes I can just use it right on my project. But I'm thinking we could just make a little clip, and let's put that on there. So I'm going to put a little foam square about right there, and then let's kind of squeeze it through our paper clip. Oh, that's a little higher than we want it. We probably want to move it down to about like right there. Okay, so now you could leave it like this, especially if you're going to put it on a page where it's not going to go anywhere, and you could just take this off and use that. Or if you wanted to, you could just put either another heart behind it, or a little circle or something to kind of hide some of the ugly. But I think we'll just use it since we're using it on our page anyway. Now I'm wishing I hadn't have gotten so aggressive with my gluing around the edges, but that's okay. We'll put it on our tag. But I'm not gonna take that off yet because I don't know for sure where I want my tag. Okay, so again, if you have, I have a whole jar of just little pieces that I throw in there when I have an extra. So like I said, that's kind of a fun way to use those up. Just sit down one day in front of the TV if you want to and just make a bunch of clips. Paper clips cost nothing. Let's get our, that's kind of the basics of what we're doing. And then I think I might move that. I'm not sure we even need it yet. For now, I'll put it on this side. But I have a saying that's going to go over the top of that, but I just don't have it printed out yet. So like I said, you'll have to stay tuned for that one, because that one's going to, you'll see it when I post it. And then I think we'll do a little of that. We kind of want to extend to the whole layout, I think. And I can go too crazy. I don't think we need every little thing on here, but there's so many cute things. It's hard to stop. I think we're gonna put this little guy over here maybe. I love this. This little piece is just this fun little crazy piece that just, I love how that just adds a little bit of variety, a little spice of life there. And then I don't think we need this little guy. I thought about it, but I think we can get too crazy. I've already got more on there than I usually do. We might do 2 of those. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna have to kind of play with that.
Hey, just gotta run, but love where this is going.
Thanks, Mary. I will catch you next time. Have a great day. Night, I should say, and have a great weekend. Okay, so I think we've kind of got that one laid out about what we're gonna do with it. Look how cute that is too. She what?
Loves those hearts.
Aren't they fun? I love them too. They just make me happy. I think we have enough of the ephemera now. So let's look at our little, oh, I have a couple in here we might use, but we don't have to use it all. Let's just see how our kisses are going to lay out. Red one. I don't know, maybe we'll want more of the silver. Let's try it. Yeah, I like that better. What do you guys think? And then we've got this cute little paper clip that is perfect because we don't have a lot of space left on our little photos. So that's just a nice way to kind of finish those off. And we've got these little hearts. We could put one right there maybe. I'm trying to see if I have a blue one because I think a blue one would work better. And it doesn't look like it has. Oh, here's a blue one. Let's do a little blue one. And that's just getting lost. Maybe we just don't even need one. Let's look and see. That one will get lost as well. We may just forego the heart. Yeah, I don't think it needs it. It's got all that background and all of that going on. Let's just not force it. We could put one down here if we wanted. Right over that. Kind of looks like it goes there. And I might actually do that. Okay, I think we have just about got it worked out. And then we also have these little labels if we want them. This might make this stand out a little bit more. But these are fun, these little labels. I mean, they look kind of like basic and whatever, but these are great to just kind of stick in to add interest if you need more. This is really busy for me. I'm not usually this busy. I'm actually kind of thinking it's a little too busy maybe. What do you guys think? I think once the saying is on here, I'll like it better. I think right now it looks like a lot of stuff, but I think that the saying will kind of anchor it down and bring the attention more to the other side. Okay. Let's start with the easy ones. I'm gonna just glue as quickly as I can so I can be as close to an hour as possible. Okay, and we'll add this. And when I put this up, I'll actually have the journaling on there too. I'm just going to put the little thing I was kind of talking to you about, or else maybe I'll put some of my favorite treats on here. You do what you want to do on your page, but I think it's fun to kind of look back and see, oh, I was really into those right then, or you know, we changed so much over the years that it's just kind of fun to see what changes and what stays the same. All right, so we've got our second little one done, and now we've got this one we can hurry and put together. So I think we'll do the jar first. And since we're not going to see all of it anyway, I'm not going to worry too much about the tape. If I do some kind of shorter pieces anyway, we can kind of put the kisses over the top if we want to. What would have been smarter to do is to put it on the kisses. So love is sweet. Oh, love goes there. Okay, love is sweet. Take a treat. So something along those lines. We'll see. Something like that. We'll figure that out in a minute. Let's finish where we're at. I was going to put this behind because I thought it was kind of fun, but I actually like it in front better. So let's give it a little bit more dimension and put it in the front. Okay, so now we'll put this little guy here. So now we can put that page together. Then we have a little bit more space to work on my scary table right now. Okay, so let's do, this goes, whoops. Looks like they're going to enter from, they're all going to enter from the other side. So we'll put this one through on this one. So now we can put in our little photos. I think we had them like this. Yeah. I do think this might be a problem. We're going to have to put that down a little lower. We'll put it on an angle so we can get it in there better. All right, so we've got those two in there. Okay, so we've got one side completed. We can stick it right in our book. Okay, so let's work on this guy now. So I sort of want this to fall right on as if this is the surface that it's sitting on. So I'm going to put that about right here and build from there. And then this kind of gives us our width that we need for our sentiment. And I think I want the tag to be crooked, but not the sentiment, if that makes sense. Maybe we'll try that. Okay, so now, maybe something like this. Let's try this little guy next. All right. I am really enjoying scrapbooking again. It's been so long, like I told you, that I just am having fun rekindling my little friendship with it. Okay. So now let's just figure out a little bit more of, all right. Let's see. I don't know if we need that yet, but I kind of like that because if you wanted to, you could write a little date there.
Scrapping is how she got started with paper crafting.
Donna, which one?
Huh?
Which Donna?
Donna Farello.
Donna F. Yeah, same with me, Donna. I scrapbooked about, the last time I scrapbooked a lot was like 10 years ago. It's been at least that long. But I did that a lot longer, and I did it before that for a lot longer. I even kept a scrapbook a little bit before it was kind of like the thing when I was a teenager. But I never knew I'd be doing this. What a fun twist of events. Okay, so I'm liking that. Let's go with that. Let's start getting our hearts down because that's the hardest part. Okay. We are getting there. We are almost there.
Said she loves this page.
Oh, thank you so much, Donna. It's really been fun to make it. So so many fun things to play with. I think I've told you guys before that Valentine's, after Christmas, I think Valentine's is my favorite. And I just, you know, it's not that, I don't think of it as just, oh, dang it, I did that wrong. As just a holiday for sweethearts. I just think it's just nice to celebrate all kinds of love, you know? The love you have for your kids, the love you have for your family in general. There we go. And that is why I use glue a lot. Thank goodness it's repositionable for a second anyway, and then forget about it with this stuff. I think it went on that side, but that's okay. I think it's far enough away that it still will work. And I actually like to offset mine a little bit so that just a little bit of the back shows. I just like the dimension it gives it. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me so long, guys. But I am glad that you guys are going to get to see the finished, or at least everything but the journaling. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get this guy on there. Okay, so now we just have these little guys. Do we need them? Do we think it's too much? I think sometimes it's better to stop. We need a little something over here, but I don't think we need much. Maybe that's probably okay. I think that balances everything out. So yeah, let's go ahead and add those. Okay, let's do our grand finale and stick it in our page protector and we will have it. All right, so here is our page layout. And we used all kinds of things that you can find on the link that Darren has posted. And I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. And thank you for that extra half hour that I took. I will try to get it down. Thank you, Penny. I'll try to get it down, shaved a little closer to where it's not taking up so much time next time. But I really did have fun, and I hope you did too. And I hope you were inspired to create some things on your own. Donna, you are sweet. I'm glad that we got it done. Thank you so much, and I will catch you next Friday. Next Friday, we will have the new inspiration box, or inspiration kit, so I will likely use something from that. Thank you again. Have a great weekend, you guys. Bye-bye.